When does imposter syndrome go and how can you manage it? Hello, for those of you who are new here, my name is Kaitlyn Cook and I'm a multi-award winning global consultant. And if this video resonates, please like and subscribe. So today's video topic is all about imposter syndrome. This is the theme of the season. The reason I want to talk about this is because when you're along your entrepreneurial journey and you're learning new things and you're expanding and you're growing, every new level creates something new within you. And it's normally not what you think. Let me explain. When you're just starting out in your business and you're like, cool, I want to go here. And when I get here, I'm going to feel like this. I'm going to be so self-assured. I'm going to rock it. And it's going to be amazing. What actually happens is along the way from your starting to where you're trying to go, you're going to have those moments of, can I really do this? I'm doing this. I don't think I can do this. I'm doing this. This is really exciting. Who am I to do this? How can I do this? And there's this thought pattern that occurs which creates these feelings in our body of, sometimes you can feel like an ickiness, just a bit like for me, I can get a bit moody and a bit grumpy and it can just feel a bit like off, like what's going on? Why is this? If you want to know more about this, Gay Hendricks wrote a book called The Big Leap and it's incredibly eye-opening. It's about what happens when we're at to the next limit, the next level of our growth, how we feel and sometimes how it manifests in our actions. That's a really good book to read. So for me, when I'm like, cool, I'm here today and I want to get here and this is the goal. What then happens is as I'm moving towards the goal and I'm closer and closer and closer to it, I keep going, who am I to have this? Who am I to get this? This isn't fair. Other people aren't making this amount of money. Other people aren't this successful. Oh my God, I'm selfish. All of this self-critical talk comes in. And for me, my understanding before I've gone through this journey many times before, I just thought when you got here, you got to the end goal, all of that would go away. And it doesn't. But what I've learned through the cycle and the journey of it is when you set a new goal, no matter what your goal is, when you set that new goal and you move towards it, the growth and the resilience within you grows and is born and ignites through continuously moving through the discomfort of, oh, I'm not good enough. I don't think I can do this. Who am I to do this? Why would I even want this goal? This is silly. Can I even do this? All of that stuff. And what I always find really helpful along the way is when we have those fears pop up, and we're always going to have those fears pop up when we're doing something new, because from an evolutionary standpoint, that's how our brains keep us safe from staying in the known. If you're out of the known, you're going to have those moments of fear, which is very normal. So embrace it. Whenever you have those thoughts or feel a bit icky in your body, it can be like, oh, maybe I'm doing something new, which means I'm getting a new result, which means I'm moving towards where I want to go. What I find is really helpful is at the start, what I did, which was a big mistake, is I just practiced positive thought, like positive thinking, optimistic thinking to the next level. And I was like, cool, this is what I need to do all the time. But what that was doing is I was creating a shadow against how I was ultimately feeling inside. So it was like I was on rocky ground. I was like, just throw positivity at it and I'll be fine. But I didn't actually address the underlying feelings and inadequacies that I was feeling. So once I kind of went, well, this isn't working because I'm on shaky ground, I need to actually really look into this. And why am I feeling like this? Why am I thinking like this? And the way to do that is either meditate or journal or just be aware of your thoughts and kind of start to think through when you're in that. It feels so real and it's so hard to objectively look into it. So if you actually write down what it is that you're thinking and feeling, you can objectively look at it. So it takes some of that power away and it's not so much in your head. So for me, when I found that these thoughts kept popping up, and because I've done this for so long now and I'm very aware of my thoughts, I was so aware of the pattern of it. I'm like, it always comes up about this time when I'm about to break through to the next level. So what I would do is I would journal and go, right, how am I actually feeling? And a lot of the times I was like, I'm feeling scared, I'm feeling unsafe. And I'm like, okay, cool. Why am I feeling fear? Why am I feeling unsafe? Because I don't believe that I'm good enough. For example, I don't know if I'm good enough to do this. I don't know if I can actually do this. I've made mistakes in the past and it hasn't worked before. So what happens is you're creating an add-on from the sentence. So your sentence, for example, could be the fear of, I don't know if I can do this. And by you meditating or journaling out, you're growing that sentence. So you're not stuck in the, I don't know if I can do this thought. You're going, I don't know if I can do this because I'm feeling fear and I'm feeling unsafe. I'm validating how I'm feeling. And at the same time, I know I've done this before. And these are the ways that I've done this before. What you're then doing moment by moment, creating those new neural pathways in your your brain to shift from, I don't know if I can do this, to here's all the ways I've actually done this. Here is the evidence that I've done this time and time again. And you're strengthening in your self-belief, you're strengthening in your resilience and your ability to keep moving even when the fear is present, even when those moments of inadequacy are present. I remember I learned this thing from a therapist years ago, and she was saying it's like all the different emotions that you've got are in a bus, and it depends who you allow to drive that bus will dictate where you go. So in those moments when fear is so present in me, I'm like, okay, fear is actually driving this right now. So for me to shift who's driving the bus, I need to now have a discussion with fear basically and go, okay, why are we feeling like this? What's going on? And as you have a discussion with it, you take the power and the shame away from it because you're actually looking at it, you're addressing it. And it's once you get used to this, it gets easier and easier in your body to confront those fears. And so as you're looking at it and you're speaking and you're going, okay, cool, this is why I'm feeling this fear because of X, Y, and Z. You're then bringing compassion and understanding towards yourself because you're like, oh, okay, that's all right. It was because X time in my life I felt like this, and it's just bringing up those emotions and those memories, and that's okay. That's just something to forgive and clear and move through. What I've come to learn with imposter syndrome and going through it so many times, and it's so apparent in the women that I coach and consult, is that it never truly goes away. It's not like you get to this destination and it's gone, but it's more you know how to navigate it. And you know how to go, oh, I'm feeling imposter syndrome again. I'm feeling the fear. I'm feeling the inadequacies. That means I've gone to another level. That means I'm about to up level. That means I'm shifting, I'm evolving, I'm moving. And to me, I've kind of embraced it more as a friend now because I'm just like, oh, I know what this looks like. I know we're about to move here. So it's a lot easier for me to shift through those moments, but you'll notice it because when you're in those phases and you're like, oh, I don't know what I can do if I can do this. Just journal out how you're ultimately feeling because that takes the power away from that fear, from all of the stories that you've attached onto who you believe you are as to why you can't do this. And then continue the conversation so that you can shift how you view the fear and see it from a compassionate, understanding standpoint and more of that self-empowerment of, and I'm going to do it anyway, and I'm going to do it anyway. This for me was one of the hardest things for myself. Emotional awareness and intelligence was never really something that I looked to do early on in my life. But through the journey of entrepreneurship, I've realized emotional awareness and intelligence is really important. And that means we have to confront every emotion that we have to be able to go, why am I feeling like this? That allows you to understand yourself better and better and better. And I was so scared to do things outside my comfort zone and in my fear, and when I was feeling fear, that I literally created a roadmap within my business that I never had to do anything outside my comfort zone, which meant I stagnated my growth substantially. So if this is you and you're like, yes, Kaitlyn, I totally get what you're saying. Next time you feel that fear or that imposter syndrome of, oh, I can't do this, I can't, and you're feeling, for me, it manifests as like so much energy in my body. I'm just like, oh, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. And I just feel a little bit erratic. It's a great opportunity to sit down and go, what am I actually feeling right now? Like, what's going on? The more you journal out, the deeper you can actually go into the understanding of what's the origin of this thought. And that is so powerful because when you know that, you can shift how you're feeling very quickly and change the trajectory of your thought because you understand why it is you think the way you do, which means you can control and change your thoughts. So celebrate imposter syndrome, embrace it like a friend because it's there to help you understand and know that you're on the next level of up-leveling to wherever you're trying to get to. So I'm hoping this video resonates. If it did, please like and subscribe. And as always, if you require any additional assistance, my links are down below, and I wish you all the very best on your entrepreneurial journey. You have got this. See you in the next video.